Manga-Waido.
My name is Kosuke. After graduating high school, I started working part-time at a nearby convenience store, and now I work as a formal employee. I'm home! I just finished my night shift and I'm exhausted. I got back home right before sunrise. I've done this for 10 years now. I was thinking about something that happened. When I was 15, my mother was basically bedridden at home, so we were living off my mother's social security and my father's income. My mother had a difficult to treat disease and it was fairly expensive to treat every month. On top of that, my father wasn't working a high income job. That's why the house was always under pressure. And as long as we were happy, then I didn't care. Then one day, Mom, just sit down.
Thanks. I'll help a little though.
Sis, how about you help out instead of just watching TV? I talked to Reiko, my sister, on the couch watching TV. She just ignored me and looked away. Are girls this age all like this? And then my father came home. He usually is cheerful and announces his return, but today, he had a serious look on his face and looked at us and said, "I have something to talk to you all about." Gathered all of us in the living room. "I have cancer. They say I have 3 years to live."
But...
Cancer? Remaining life? I was shocked and lost track of what to say. "I'm so sorry, but just because I'm sick doesn't mean that I won't help this family out while I'm alive. I will work until this disease won't let me to support us." What are you talking about, Dad? You don't have to work. You don't have to work, so just focus on getting better.
How about you work, Kosuke?
Reiko, Kosuke doesn't need to work. You two need to focus on your studies. But... Thank you. My father smiled at me and gave me a pat on the head with his warm hands. Just like he said, he continued to work until he couldn't move anymore. 3 years later, "Here, Dad, I peeled some apples for you." My father couldn't move anymore and stayed in a local hospital to focus on treatment. He had lost all of his hair from chemo, and it hurt to see how much weight he had lost. "Kosuke, I'm sorry for causing you so much trouble." "You don't have to apologize, Dad. It's not anyone's fault. Here, have an apple." As I fed him an apple, he slowly brought his upper body up. "Kosuke, I want you to achieve your happiness. You do whatever it takes to get there. You understand?" "Dad, you're so kind. You deserve to be happy." After he said that, my father was no longer able to get up. A few days later, he passed away. Happy, huh? I don't know if what I'm doing is what my dad wanted for me or not. Dad. I heard my mom's voice as I was remembering my father's last words. "Mom, you okay? I left you alone because you were asleep."
I'm okay. Welcome home. Great job today.
How do you feel? Any different?
Yeah, no difference. You don't worry about me though. You rest well, okay?
Her cough went away, so I listened and decided to go back to my room and rest.
Hey bro, I have something to tell you.
It was rare for her to come talk to me on her own. Yeah, what's up?
I'm actually gonna get married.
What? That's sudden, but congratulations! Who's the lucky guy?
He's super rich and works at some big company. I met him at a matchmaking party the other day, and he's a great guy.
Really? Great! I'm glad to hear that. I wasn't sure who it was, but I know that she was unhappy with how we lived. I'm sure she would be happy if she was married to a rich man. At least she could be happy. Or at least, that's what I thought when...
So, can I have about $10,000 for the wedding?
$10,000?!
There's a lot of things I need to do to get ready for the wedding, so...
Of course she wanted to talk about money. We don't have that kind of money!
I know there's still money from Dad's insurance.
My father did leave about $100,000 in his insurance. Most of it was towards Mom's treatment and Reiko's tuition and other needs. I want clothes, I want games, I want to go on vacation, I want money. She would never stop. Of course, I did my best not to spend money so I could save the money. But Reiko, unlike me, had always experienced being poor. Reiko would say, "You're not gonna make me happy? You're all I've got." I wouldn't be able to tell her no. And this was her chance to be happy. Okay.
Really? Thank you!
She smiled at me and then dropped this on me.
Oh, don't come to the wedding. It's embarrassing that my brother works at a convenience store. It's like you're jobless or something.
What? I do work at a convenience store, but I've worked hard to make sure you and Mom can have a good life. And we're family. Mom would want to see you on your wedding day.
Nope, I'm gonna hire a rental family, so that's enough.
A rental?
Also, don't tell Mom about the wedding. I don't want her to get sick or something. That's all. Bye.
I was so shocked by what she had just told me that I had nothing to say. As time went on, I started getting angry that she had just insulted my mother. I'll teach you, Reiko. But how? A few days later, what? You're too nice to her. My friend from high school, Sho, couldn't resist and raised his voice at the bookstore. Dude, Sho, keep quiet. Oh, my bad. But that's messed up. You're gonna collapse. He was always worried about me and would give us food and listen to me when I was down. He was my best friend. That day, I met him at the bookstore again and he saw me when I looked down. I had explained everything that had happened between me and my sister. I didn't expect him to raise his voice like that, but he raised his voice again when it seemed like he figured something out. I've got it! I forgot because of your story about how dumb your sister is. But there's something I wanted to tell you. And let's teach your sister a lesson while we're at it. Something you wanted to tell me? Actually, 1 year later, the day of the wedding, Reiko was in an all-white wedding dress and the wedding was held in an expensive hotel. A garden wedding, they call it. Next to her was her groom and relatives. Also, the rental family. It was a great time and she thought this would end it happily. But I was watching from the car. Take me over there, I quietly told the driver.
Huh? What is that limo? Part of the wedding?
The patrons were all watching and I got out of the car.
Brother?
Brother?
Huh?
I saw Reiko panicking and I walked right past the invited guest side and straight to a panicking Reiko. Congrats on your wedding, Reiko. My friend is actually getting married today too. He's gonna have this wedding at the top floor here. So, how's the fake family going? Rental, was it?
I don't know him. He's just lying.
What are you talking about? I'm your brother. You stole the money from Dad's insurance and used it on all the things to get ready for your wedding, right? The one that worked tirelessly at the convenience store for you?
What are you saying? Stop lying.
Oh, by the way, I figured you'd want a video message for your wedding. I was gonna ask our sick and bedridden mother, but since she doesn't know anything about your wedding, I made this instead. I took out a tablet and showed the groom and his family. On the screen was Reiko and I in the living room.
Have you put in the money yet? I haven't seen it.
Oh, about that. If I give you the remaining money from Dad's insurance, I won't be able to take care of Mom. Can you hang on?
I don't care. I need to hurry up and pay for the rental family, so hurry up. If you do that, I don't need you anymore.
Miss Reiko, what is this?
You're literally the worst. It was all a lie? I ignored the furious groom and his family and said this to her face. All right, Reiko. Have a great life. I don't need you anymore. I walked away quickly.
Wait! Kosuke, help me! Do something!
I walked away and saw a grinning Sho nearby. Huh? You don't need to get ready for your wedding? It was my plan after all. I had to see it through. Sho was the heir to an incredibly wealthy family. The limo was also prepared by him. How was it? You feel a little better? I just hope that she fixes her ways after this. I don't know if that'll ever happen. Whatever. Let's go to your wedding. I want to see some happiness to get over this. Oh, shoot. It's about that time, huh? Afterwards, from what I heard, Reiko's engagement was, of course, called off. They technically already filed the paperwork, so he demanded a divorce. Poor girl. The wedding was also considered canceled, and she had to pay for cancellation fees, along with compensation and damages for the groom. She's apparently working her tail off now. I only know this because my mother chased her out of the house after hearing about this. I'm sure she's learning how to live on her own now. I still work at a convenience store. The owner is going to retire soon, and he's been asking me if I wanted to take over. It's tough, but it works well. Welcome! Oh, hey, Miss Chizuru. This was Sho's friend's younger sister. She's also from an incredibly wealthy family.
Hey, Kosuke. My butler usually does all the buying for us, but I just wanted to see you hard at work.
Butler? Man, she really is from a rich family. She's bright and bubbly. I'm sure this is her first time being in a convenience store. She was looking at all the snacks in the snack section. I decided to talk to her. Miss Chizuru, would you like to go grab lunch sometime? I'm not sure if you'll like it, but...
Of course. I'd love to go.
She smiled widely and my heart skipped a beat. I'm happy. Dad, you just watch over me, okay?